Alright guys, we're back again. As you can see here, we got a 4-handle shower valve, and it's going to be a good one. It's leaking all over the place in the back, dripping down to the basement, and it's not shutting off completely. So we got to decide what we're going to do. Usually it's a 3-handle valve that we got to deal with, and we could just cut it out, use a rental plate, cut the tile out, and then the plate's going to cover the hole we make to access the diverter, so that way we can install a single-handle diverter. This is going to be a complete different mess. Usually in this case, you got to cut out the tile and put the single handle on, get a contractor to cover up the hole we made, and then come back and set the trim. We're not going to do that today. We're going to come up with a clever idea of what we could do. So just keep up with us, and you'll see what I end up doing. And I think it came out perfect. You let me know what you guys think. But I think it's perfect for this bathroom that's going to get gutted probably in a year or so, the homeowner said. So anyhow, you see us, I took out all the trim, all the handles, and I started cutting out the tile, and I'm marking out the rental plate, and then I could cut out the tile. I see, you can see the single plate itself is not going to cover up a hole. So I have to go use the rental plate. Somehow I got to figure out what am I going to do covering the 2 extra holes that I have. So I start cutting out the tile. I have an idea more or less what I'm going to do. So you'll find out what I'm going to do at the end. And it's a clever idea, I believe. But everybody maybe has a different idea. So what I got to do is I'm going to start cutting out the tile around the 4 holes of the existing shower valve. My idea is I got to try to save as much tile as possible so I could put some together again to cover up the holes that the plate is not going to cover. So my idea is the 2 top ones, as you can see here, I'm very delicate. I'm cutting in between the grout line with a real thin blade. And I'm going to start chipping away at the tile. The 2 in the top, I have to be very careful not to crack or break, because those are the ones I'm planning to use to redo it. So as you can see there was a little mocking up of the tile that I'm going to install again. And now I'm going to cut the concrete, this is a mortar job. So the wall itself is not a sheetrock, it's all concrete, as you can see here. It's not even lath, it's wire mesh with plaster or like concrete. And as you can see on the other side, it wasn't leaking, right? It's just all green, all pitted out. And customers like, this is pouring downstairs in the basement. We go there and it's all green, it's leaking there for a while. So I'm working from the backside also. Thank God we had a little access there. As you can see, it was already made. We didn't make that hole. So whoever made it did a decent job. Nice square cutting the plaster, because it is plaster. So as you can see here, I start cutting out the concrete and the wire mesh so I could get access to the tub. And that's where the diverter is going to be, a single-handed diverter. So as you can see here, I have a big hole on the bottom and 2 small holes on top. Still thinking about, hopefully my idea is going to work, and eventually you guys will see what I did, and it does work. So you ProPress lovers, you know this channel, I barely use ProPress. It's all torch for me. So I light up the torch and we start on sweating everything. And everybody in the comments below, every video I do, hey, you gotta ream the pipe. But guess what? I do ream the pipes. It's just I usually cut everything out, because my helper reams the pipe and then hands me a clean pipe and reamed. As you can see here, the pipe is already clean. So I'm going to ream it on camera so you guys can see that I use a reamer and I don't skip that step. Very important step, guys. Always ream the pipe. But you can see it's nice and clean. That's my helper's job. I measure, he cuts, cleans, and reams, and hands me a piece ready to go. But in this case, I did the job for him, so he was happy. He didn't have to go twist and ream everything out. So I start reaming again. This is the 3rd time I use the reamer on camera, besides the ones that I cut out and edited out. So I ream everything up, mock the diverter up, and hopefully I'm still thinking that my idea is going to work since I have so much play. But I'm still thinking the 2 holes on top, that hopefully the tile that I saved is going to cover the holes, and that I'll be able to use the rental plate to cover whatever left of tile is not exposed. So anyhow, I start mocking up the copper. I do everything. I fit the spout, make sure everything's in place, and we start torching up. we're gonna start, as you can see here, it's nice and clean. Couple elbows, 3 couplings, and everything's good to go. The spout I soldered out because it was real tight to solder. So you can see the front, you can see how it is. You see all the holes all over the place. So we're gonna turn the torch on and we're gonna start torching away. Let me know in the comment below what you guys would have done if you guys don't torch, if you don't use the torch and you guys pro press. Do you guys pro press in place? Do you guys pro press out of place and then put the valve in? I just find it, you know, ugly, bulky, don't like it. I know it's nice and quick. You can see here I take a little time soldering, but I usually take longer than anybody soldering because I do care about my joints nice and clean. As you can see, I don't have a rag on my hand to wipe anything. That's because I'm pretty accurate with my ass soldering, and I don't like dripping or wiping because if not, solder gets all over the place. I'm wiping here because I'm done soldering. I let it cool, and look at those joints. Let me know in the comment below what do you guys think about the joints. In tight spots, I still solder pretty good, I think, you know, and nice clean joints. WD-40, I take that flux residue off. Leaves a nice shiny and a clean protective film so it doesn't corrode in a while. So now the vert is in place. Now I got to deal with tile. So as you can see, this is the tile that I saved, and I'm trying to mock it up, see what I could do to save the tile and the holes, because we got a problem, because I could have just ripped up a big couple tiles and make a big hole. The issue is the color tile, it was impossible to find. This is a very old bathroom, and the homeowner did not want different color tiles. So she put it in my hands and says, do what you got to do, but I don't want different color tiles. I don't want white tiles. I don't want brown tiles, and I don't want a design. So I decided to do this step, and I think it's going to come out pretty good. You guys let me know in the comments below at the end when you see the finished product if you would like that for your house for at least a year before we demo the bathroom. So anyhow, I cover up the holes, the existing holes, with hydraulic cement, and while you know that's drying, there goes the reamer again. And you saw the reamer holder. That's where the reamer usually is on my shirt and my helper shirt. So anyhow, as the hydraulic cement is drying, I'm putting the spout together, and once I screw that spout on, the hole covers it perfectly. It just got to caulk around it once I'm all done, and the hydraulic cement is done drying. So I clean up the area, make sure there's no residue hydraulic cement, and I get some mortar and start putting the tile up. And the only problem that I had installing the tile is the existing holes, as you can see, has 2 little notches of the tile above the one I just installed. I couldn't do anything above anything with that because you know I didn't have extra tiles. So I told the homeowner, she was happy that I got to save the 2 tiles and install them to cover up the holes. So as you can see here, I am not putting caulk, guys. This is not caulk. This is a grout, silicone grout that I got from a tile store to fill in the grout. I wasn't gonna buy mixable grout. I used this before, and it's actually pretty heavy duty. It's almost like an epoxy grout, and once it dries, it's on there. It's very hard to work with. That sponge that I was using is because it's siliconized, kind of. So anything it touches, it just sticks on. The water doesn't clean it up. It just repels the water pretty much. So I use that. Then I start installing the rental plate. The rental plate is that big plate you see there. Usually that covers a 3 holes, but this one, like I said, it was 4, so a little more complicated. But anyhow, so far it's looking good in my books. So we start tying up the rental plate, tying up the regular plate to the rental plate, and once I have everything all set, put the handle on, and I'm gonna get the same not caulk, the same grout. Sorry about that, just lost the name of it. The grout, the siliconized grout, and put it all around. Make sure everything's nice and sealed. There's no gaps around, and nice thin bead. I don't like thick beads, so I do the thinnest possible. If there's a gap, obviously I got to keep it all evenly, the same amount of grout all around. But in this case, it was pretty tight against the wall, so the bead is real thin. As you can see here, I'm cleaning up now. Finished product. Let me know how it looks, guys. Is that a good repair? What would you have done different? If you would have gone to the tile store and find this color, perfect. I would have opened up more and would have had a tile guy to, you know, tile up everything. But in my books, I think this looks great. You see the little notches. Barely see it, but you do see it. You see it right there, 1 and 2, but not too bad. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and maybe you have another idea for the next one I run into like this, and I'll try that out. I'm going to show you what the backside looks like. The 2 holes I filled up with hydraulic cement. That's a perfect job right there, and the diverter is nice and secure. All right, if you live in North Jersey, need some plumbing work done, residential or commercial, let us know and we'll take care of you. See you on the next one. See ya.